Are you wanting to set up a new bank account in QuickBooks, or maybe you've had a bank account for a little while and you're just now adding it in there into the software? If we've never met before, hello, I'm Candus Kampfer, and I love to help business owners and bookkeepers create confidence and simplicity with QuickBooks, and I create these tips and tricks right here for you to help you with that. So if we've never met before, hi, it's nice to meet you. I want to give you a couple tips on what to get together before watching this video. One main thing that you're going to need, and then a decision. All right, so the first thing is you're going to want to grab a bank statement. Whether you are printing this from your bank or they've mailed it to you, you're going to want to grab that. The second thing is you're going to need to make a decision. Yes, decision. Super simple though. You're going to say, what time frame do I want to start my transactions in QuickBooks? Do I want to do the entire year? Do I want to start as of today? If it's a brand new bank account that you just happen to be adding, it's going to be right now, right? But if it's an old account that you're adding partway into a year, or you've been using that account for years, but you're going to now add it to QuickBooks, you need to decide what time frame. If you want it for the whole tax year, it's a good idea to do in January. Unless you have a mid-month statement, then you're going to want to go into December. All right, so come look over my shoulder. I'm going to walk you through this. I do have one quick tip. If you are a desktop user, go up above and watch the desktop training. This video we are going to be covering online, so make sure you have the right one. All right, let's move forward then. So inside QuickBooks, when you're in here, you might see your QuickBooks looks like this, and you're thinking, okay, how do I set up your account? One, you can go here under banking. Today, we're going to talk about adding to the chart accounts, but you can go under banking and look and see your different transactions here. You can always go here and link an account or add an account right here in the bank feed itself. This is a sample file that I use for training. In today's class, I'm going to show you how to add it straight to your chart of accounts. And if you ever want to link it to your bank feed, you can do that in the future because not everybody wants to use the bank feed. All right. It's up to you which way you want to go. So go under accounting, chart of accounts, and you're in here. Now you've decided which statement you want. If you're a mid-month statement and you want all of the year in there, you're actually going to need to pick your December statement, the last statement that covers, say, mid-December into mid-January. If your bank happens to be January 1st as a statement, perfect. If you're mid-month or mid-year, that's fine too. It doesn't matter. Now you might be thinking, okay, wait, but what if I don't want any December transactions in there? Don't worry about it because remember, your profit and loss or the reports that you're going to pull are going to be date-based. So if you only want January to December to show for your statements, when you pick the dates, that's all the data that it's going to pull. So it doesn't matter if you're using the statement that covers part of December. It's much easier than me trying to teach you, add here, subtract there, change this, change that. It just sets you up for a lot more stress and possible mistakes. So let's avoid that altogether. Quick tip for you. All right. So now that you've decided whether you need the December statement, mid-month, mid-year, whatever it is that you know based off your scenario, we're going to come in here and we're going to go list chart of accounts, come over here to the top right, click new. You're going to choose bank. This little screen is always changing. So pick what's going to work for you. And then come over here and you're going to pick where do you want it to be? So if you wanted a sub account, you could say under checking and it would make it a sub account of that. Otherwise, you're just going to pick bank accounts, okay? Because it is a bank account type. Then if you ever have a question, you can hover over the I on what this means, but this is your tax form. To make it super simple, don't worry about that. Just say, which of these types of accounts is it that I need? We're just going to set up a checking account, okay? Then this is the account name. This is the name that will show up on your reports. This is the name that will show up in your register. It'll be the name that you see kind of dark gray over here on the left where it's saying like checking or savings. So those are the name it's going to be. I typically recommend picking your bank. So let's just say you're at Wells Fargo or Bank of America, or you have an online bank. It's none of these. That's totally fine. So you're going to put in the bank, and then you can put in the type of account if you want. And I recommend putting in the last 4 digits. Okay. This is just a random numbers I picked. You can add a description. Now, what I was sharing with you earlier matters right now. You can choose a couple different ways to set up your beginning balance, that opening dollar amount of your account. So you can either choose to ignore this altogether and click save. And what it will do is it'll just leave it as a 0 amount. And then when you sync it to your bank feed, you can bring different data in that you do. Or you can click this little button and this says more information. So you can click on that. And it's going to teach you what an opening balance is, but I'm actually going to explain it to you right now. So this, when you drop it down, is going to be the date where you are telling QuickBooks, I'm starting my account on this date. So it can be the beginning of a year. It can be the beginning of a month. It could be the beginning of a day. It can be any other day. So let's just say that maybe you are one of those people who wants to start it. You're just now deciding you're going to enter in your QuickBooks and you have a mid-month statement. So let's say that we're saying it's our statement ends actually on the 15th. So we're going to say the first day is going to be the 16th. Okay. Then what it'll say down here is your account balance at the end of the day would be what balance as of December 15th. You want this to be whatever's the beginning of your new statement, the statement you're going to want to be entering from. At the top of your statement, it will say your beginning balance, typically is what they call it. If it's a credit card, it might have a slightly different term and you're watching this video for credit card, but this is based for bank account. So this will be, as we see down here, the exact amount. This is the way it's going to look, the name and the dollar amount that we're entering, okay? If you choose to enter it this way, it'll just do it as a beginning balance. If you choose to ignore that, delete all this and not enter any data, it will just start your bank account at 0. The benefit of using this is QuickBooks will use what's called opening balance account. It's an equity type of account. So it's as if you don't know where it's coming from. You're just entering in the dollar amount. Okay. I'm just choosing to add $1,000. I'm not sure if this came from revenue. I don't know if this is owner or shareholder contribution. I don't know if it came from another account. It's just opening it. Now, this is where it's important to think about where did this money come from if you know. If it's an old account you have no idea, then opening balance is the right choice. If it came from you or your client who put the money in, you're going to probably want to do that as equity, either depending on the type of entity, shareholder, owner, partner, those kinds of things. If it came from another bank account, you're also not going to want to enter it here and you're going to want to do it in a different screen. Okay. So let me show you. We'll add this here just in case you do need that. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Be careful that when you're entering the date, that you're picking the first date of your statement. So it put us back in the register, or it put us back in the chart of accounts. You see the bank account, the type, and that it's a checking. That's all that data that we picked, the $1,000 beginning balance. Now, if we click on View Register, we're going to see the behind the scenes inside the transaction. So if you came in here and you do see this, but you're like, no, that actually came from our other checking account. We moved money. Then you're going to want to go in and fix it and put it actually to checking, okay? And you could put opening balance or beginning the account, starting the account. You could put any description in here that you want. If you find that the dollar amount is inaccurate, that you put the wrong amount, you can edit this by changing the dollar amount. You're only going to want to do that if you haven't went through and reconciled an entire month. If you've already done all your reconciliations and you're finding that your beginning balance of your reconciliation off, that's a different video. Let me know if that's something that you need help with, and we'll create a video for you, but that is not this example, okay? This training is I'm starting a brand new bank account and I want to set it up. How do I do that? Okay, in QuickBooks itself, even if the accounts existed in the past. So then you can come in here. If you really needed it to be $975 and you just read the number wrong, you can change it and click Save. It will give you a warning. You can click Yes. And as long as you have it reconciled through the end of the month, all the different transactions, you're good to go. If you're wondering what is a reconciliation, it's where you're comparing your bank statement to your QuickBooks. If you're needing to learn more about that, I'd highly recommend going to my Customizing QuickBooks workshop or checking out my program, Confidence with QuickBooks, to learn more about how the behind the scenes of QuickBooks works and making sure it's set up for your business properly, okay? So at any point, you can come in here and you can add the extra detail or change it. If you say, no, I really wanted this to be opening balance equity, you can change that. Now, we're only usually changing this in our current time frame, years that we have not already filed taxes for, okay? If you've already filed taxes and you need some of these things changed, you're actually needing help with cleaning up mistakes. That's a different area. This is from the beginning, from scratch. So let me know, did this help you get your bank account set up? Did you have to go with one that was years old or is it current? Did you have any questions that I might have missed? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and like this video so we can get it out to even more QuickBooks users. And if you would like to get these tips in your inbox every single week, you can go up above or down below to register for our weekly tips. And if you are thinking you need some extra support, you can always check out my Customizing QuickBooks workshop, where I'm going to teach you the fundamentals, like where to go and what is possible with QuickBooks, or if you're looking for more of a how-to A to Z program, check out Confidence with QuickBooks. You can go to commonsquickbooks.com to find out more. Thank you so much for being part of my community. I look forward to seeing you in our next tip and trick. And let me know below, do you have any ideas on tips that you'd like to get in the future? I'll put them on my list. I hope you have an amazing day, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day. Bye.